Welcome back to CruiseAway, the #1 variety of cruise and stay adventures around the world. It's Derek and Joe here to show you some very, very different adventures in this show.
Yes, we sure are. Variety is the spice of life as we take the incredible icy views of Alaska on board Queen Elizabeth with Cunard, and even include a chance to enjoy Seattle on a mini break. Now, we are also stepping back in time to explore ancient relics and iconic European destinations for next August with Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, we certainly are. Sounds very, very exciting. First up, though, a chance to enjoy the States with a 2-stop adventure, followed by a relaxing Caribbean cruise on Carnival's newest fun ship. Now, this is 15 nights all told for the 26th of October next year. And we fly first from Sydney to Houston in Texas in America. And when we land, we're staying for 4 nights in a hotel. But we're also taking off again because we've included a full-day tour to the famous NASA Space Center, where you actually get to see a replica shuttle while you are there. There's also a Saturn V rocket there. There's spacesuit collections. You can enjoy films and presentations while you're there. You can see the astronaut training facility.
Wow.
And you can also book, as a little bit of an extra, a tram tour to go to mission control. You've got to sit there at the desk, haven't you? Where they do the whole 5, 4,
Houston,
3. Yeah.
we have a problem. No, you're not going to have a problem when you visit. The only problem you'll have is you'll want to stay there longer, because this part of Texas as well has a really lovely temperate climate. You'll get that gorgeous humidity and warmth. The downtown Houston has lots to offer as well, from art and architecture to great dining opportunities. Then we are heading to the coast, the Gulf of Mexico, to be specific, Galveston, where you're going to be joining your ship, but also you'll have 2 nights there to enjoy it.
Yes.
The beaches here are stunning. I really enjoyed my time in Galveston.
And something you just saw there was 3 pyramids together, and that is Moody Gardens.
Yes, it is.
Moody Gardens is brilliant to go and see. They have 3 pyramids there. One's an aquarium, one's a rainforest, and the other one is a discovery museum. There's also a Palm Beach there too. The aquarium is wonderful. They've got penguins and seals. They've got Florida coral reef there as well. And actually, every ticket that is bought there, if you decide to go there, actually goes towards helping local coral conservation as well. So that's going to be a pretty exciting couple of nights there.
Look at the beaches as well. The beaches are amazing. You can do a dolphin harbour cruise. Then it's time for us to cruise for real on board the brand new Carnival Jubilee. 7 nights on board as well, as you're going to be heading down, of course, to the fabulous Western Caribbean. Fun ships by name, fun ships by nature. I'm just thinking of that dreamy sail out from Galveston as well, just as the sun's setting. Nothing quite like it.
Oh, you'll love it.
A Texas sail out. Of course, on board, it is all about fun and fabulousness and entertainment for you and the family. This would be a great family trip, actually, I think, especially since you're going to the Space Center in Houston.
Absolutely.
So if you're wanting to travel with you know, the kids, the grandkids, the nieces and nephews, family reunion perhaps. The lovely thing about Carnival is it will keep everybody entertained. Even if you're someone that's quite reserved usually, I bet you anything, you'll get on board and you will want to be part of the fun.
You get swept along.
You get swept along by it, don't you?
Yeah, it's a slightly different configuration actually on Carnival Jubilee, in so much as, you know, alongside other cruise lines now, things are divided up into zones, but every one of those zones feels very, very different. And of course, you know, with Carnival, every time you move to a different bar, a different lounge, a different restaurant, that they all feel very, very different indeed. Lots of your Carnival favourites are on board. I went straight to look to see whether Guy's Burgers is there. It is.
Hello, yes.
He also has his Pig and Anchor Smokehouse in there, which also has a brew house where they brew their own beers on board. There's a new restaurant as well, Shaq's Big Chicken, which is a big, big thing out in the States. That's on board there as well, which is great. The Carnival Waterworks is there. The live game shows are there for you. They've got some brand new game shows as well, and shows, which is lovely. They've got some brilliant shows like Dear Future Husband, which is an interactive pop wedding adventure, and much more. Punchliner Comedy Club is on board. Family comedy and adult comedy is there, which is great. All the favourite restaurants that you love are on board, including the specialty restaurants. One of my favourites ever, and it was a long time ago where I went to this restaurant, but it's lived long in the memory, Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse, where they actually bring the steaks to the table. You pick the steak that goes onto the grill for you, and the steaks are huge.
Massive. There's even a roller coaster on board, the Bolt, where you control the speed as you zoom around up high with 360-degree views around the ocean. I mean, that is exciting. To be doing that while sailing on a massive behemoth cruise ship, I can't think of anything more exciting than that. Day-to-day activities on Carnival as well, everything from quiz and bingo to picking up your daily Sudoku and like scavenger hunts. There's all kinds of things going on. Then it's time to cruise. Roatan's our first port in beautiful Central American Honduras. Some of the best marine life on Earth. Great diving, snorkeling, and even sort of glass bottom kayaking and boat trips that you can do whilst you're there. Then we are on to Costa Maya, Mahahual in Mexico, where you can visit the downtown area by golf cart, easily to rent by the ship. There's also a swimming pool right there at the dock that you can use, lots of great shopping, and the Mayan ruins. We're into Cozumel, Mexico next, talking of Mayan ruins, but one of my favourite things to do there is head to Chanchanab, which is the national park, and it's a lovely marine reserve. You can head over to mainland by boat as well to visit Xcaret. Then we're back into Galveston, where you'll disembark and we'll fly you back to Sydney after this brilliant Western Caribbean Mexican adventure, starting off, of course, with that wonderful mini break in Houston and then Galveston.
Yeah, which is really nice. We don't often see those as stays actually on our packages, so it's quite nice to do somewhere a little bit different in the States. Maybe for you, you feel like you've done LA or you've done New York or you've done Las Vegas or whatever it may be, although if you've done Las Vegas you'll go back again, clearly. It's so amazing, he says, being just a few days away from flying there myself. Anyway, this for you is 15 incredible nights and so many plus points to this one. We're including your flight from Sydney over to Houston in Texas. You've got 4 nights there in a hotel, including a full day ticket to the NASA Space Center. And then you've got 2 nights in a Galveston hotel, and that is where you cruise from. Remember, that's where you join Carnival Jubilee for your 7-night cruise of the Western Caribbean, Honduras and Mexico, back into Galveston, and your flight back to Sydney. And all of that for just this. Look. I mean, who, where, how, why? That's ridiculous. For everything we're doing on this holiday, and you are getting the latest Carnival ship here as well. She only launched the back end of last year. Just under $4,000 each. Ridiculous. You can spread the cost of that as well, remember, with Travel Pay Later. Very, very simple and easy to do. How about an upgrade then to Ocean View or balcony or the suite? Let's have a little look, shall we, and see how much further we have to go. Not that much further at all. So if you want to, really push the boat up, pardon the pun, and go for a suite upgrade or a balcony upgrade on this one, you know what? You've got a brilliant price there. It's absolutely superb. Remember, we've included your flight, so your flight over to Houston and back, of course, at the end. You've got your 4-night stay in Houston, your 2-night stay in Galveston, you've got your 7-night cruise on the new Carnival Jubilee, and there's so much included in your cruise fare as well. So much of the dining included, lots of those entertainments that we saw, the water park and all of that other kind of caper, and just fun all the way. All you've got to do is call us toll free right now and get it booked. 1300 411 968 is your telephone number to call right now, and you can call us, of course, right the way through the week. Do you ever wonder when you're booking a holiday with someone that you are fairly new to, but you see a great deal and you think, can I trust them? Can I trust them? Yeah, you absolutely can.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
There you go, see? That's why you can trust us, because we've been around for so long, and we deal with all of the major cruise lines. And just to say as well, we are a worldwide company, so we have bases around the world, so that gives us amazing buying power. That means we're booking a lot of cruises. That means we're doing a lot of deals with all of the big players in the cruise business, and that means better prices for you ultimately.
Yeah, simply put, because we work with everybody, and we are like your personal travel concierge basically, so taking all the guesswork and stress out of travel and bringing the rest of the world closer to Australia like never before, really. So, and now cruising really does open those doors like, you know, you've never seen. So let's head to Alaska next on a 16-night trip for August next year. Plenty of time to enjoy this incredible part of the world, and it's all about the scenery and wildlife in the Great White North. We are voyaging in style with Cunard on the Queen Elizabeth II, with the privilege of cruising through world-famous Glacier Bay. There's only a few ships that are allowed to do it. Cunard's one of them. So let's start our trip on the 25th of August by enjoying the premium lounge at Sydney Airport before you fly to North America, to Seattle, where we have checked into a hotel for 3 nights. Brilliant. Seattle's such an amazing city, and we don't tend to see it on our trip itineraries very often. It tends to normally be Vancouver. There's less, well, I'd say maybe 50-50 Alaskan ships going out of Seattle versus Vancouver. But Seattle, of course, is a young city with a rich history. It's got something that has a real vibe to it. Of course, home of grunge, home of Microsoft, home of a lot of Boeing as well, you know, a lot of technology. But it's also very quirky and fun. Great music scene, like I mentioned. You've got the Space Needle to visit, which rotates 360 degrees. Great place to go and have dinner or lunch. Head down to Pike Place Market. Find the first Starbucks, which is down at Pike Place as well. You've got to go and say you did it. And maybe take a harbour cruise. I really enjoyed that on Sunset. Harbour cruise, you know, pick up some local goods, do a spot of shopping, and then it's time to cruise to Alaska, heading north. One of the most spectacular destinations you'll ever see. And Cunard have only in recent years started offering these Alaska voyages. So I feel like you're very privileged to be able to head to Alaska on a Cunard vessel. The Elizabeth's absolutely beautiful. I've had the good fortune of spending quite a lot of time on Queen Elizabeth, and it's elegant, refined, traditional British cruising at its finest. When you think about traditional cruising, you probably think about this kind of ship because it's the original White Star Line. There's even a museum on board which talks you through the history. So if it is white-gloved afternoon teas that you dream about, strolling down the atrium stairs arm in arm in your very best glad rags, you're going to absolutely love it. But also, you know, you don't have to feel pressured to do that on Cunard. We are in a brave new world of cruising. You might want to dress down and get some room service or head to the buffet one night and not be part of that. That's absolutely fine. But if you do, and if you love to ballroom dance with your partner or even just watch, they have a whole scene for that, and they even bring on guest experts to talk, you know, to actually, you know, teach you the different dances.
I would definitely need that, I think.
I just like watching and seeing them spun around the dance floor. I'm not a dancer myself.
No,
Two left feet.
It's a great sight to see.
Yeah.
It really is. I just think on a voyage like this, there are so many pinch me moments. I mean, you know, that's just being on the ship itself. So many special occasions, so many reasons to get the camera out and capture those moments. Remember, they have the professional photographers on board as well, so you don't necessarily have to do it yourself. You know,
that's very true.
You've got to get the, you know, the full-on professional pictures done while you are there as well. And then, of course, you've got the pinch me of going around Alaska, and we've got a bit of an extended itinerary as well, out of Seattle.
Indeed, and we're heading straight to Ketchikan first, known as Alaska's first city, because this is kind of a stopping off point on the journey north for many. Rich heritage, you've got the misty fjords, you can take a float plane experience, head to Ketchikandies for some of the best chocolate in the world. Then we're in Juneau. Now, Juneau is an island only reachable by air and by sea. Head up to Mount Roberts Tramway for lovely sweeping views over Juneau, or Mendenhall Glacier, where you can stand afoot a glacier. You can do a helicopter tour of that if you like. Glacier Bay is next, and this is a national park. Pretty amazing, where you'll get to scenic cruise and see Marjorie Glacier carve. I mean, it is one of the most amazing moments when you actually hear a glacier carving and see the ice falling into the ocean. Then we're into Haynes, one of my favourites, by the way, home of the Chilcat Bald Eagle Preserve, where you can see as many as 4,000 bald eagles. There's also the Hammer Museum right there. That's worth a visit. Now, scenic walks through Haynes are dreamy. Hubbard Glacier's next, and this is for some scenic cruising once again, nicknamed the Galloping Glacier, where you can again see those ethereal, luminous blue glacial ice plains. It's unbelievable. We're into the Icy Strait Point next, which offers you lots of lovely wildlife, native heritage. You might want to do the longest zip rider tour in the continental US. That's an interesting one to see. And of course, all the while, you might get to spot Alaskan wildlife along the way. Sitka's next, and Sitka actually has a really lovely bear reserve called Fortress of the Bear, where they rescue bears. Loved seeing that when I was there. There's also over 200 listed buildings, as this is one of the oldest places in the continental US. We are next into Victoria, which is covered in beautiful flowers everywhere you go. It's chocolate box perfection. It's super cute. And you might want to take a little guided downtown tour of the botanical gardens, pick up a nice box of fudge to take home. Love it. Back into Seattle after this really breathtaking itinerary of Alaska. Of course, you fly into Seattle first of all, have those days in Seattle, boarding Queen Elizabeth, heading through Ketchikan, Juneau, Glacier Bay, Haynes, Hubbard Glacier, Icy Strait Point, Sitka, and back to Victoria. One of the most extensive Alaskan itineraries I think I've seen.
You had me at Ketchy Candies. I've just been on their website.
They don't shit.
You can buy the most amazing pumpkin praline fudge, and they do little chocolates, little handmade chocolates called bear claws.
They don't
and I'm
shit.
looking at a picture of them right now, and they look fantastic. But you have to go there.
You do have to go there.
I don't think you can order online. Actually,
Eric,
I'm trying, but I don't think you can.
I have to tell you, it's all about the chocolate-covered Oreos.
Okay, right.
In every flavour. They are, I can't even, I have no words.
Okay. Well, there's another reason to go on this fantastic adventure then, to go to Ketchy Candies. You may bring us one or two back if you like. This is the dream way to see Alaska for next August, over 16 nights. We include in our package the flight from Sydney to Seattle, 3 nights in a hotel there covered, and then your 11-night Alaskan adventure on the Queen Elizabeth through Glacier Bay and Alaska. And of course, you'll transfer from the end of the cruise to the airport for your flight back from Seattle to Sydney, all at this incredible price. Are we sure? Plenty of budget for the Ketchy Candies. Other chocolate shops are available in Alaska, I should say. Just under $5,000 each. That's incredible. And remember, this is all about scenic cruising as well. So while you're on board Queen Elizabeth, and if you've been on board before, maybe you've got your favourite ocean view or your favourite balcony cabin that you want for this, because maybe you've taken a cruise before and maybe now you're thinking, I'd love to do Alaska on Queen Elizabeth. So here are your upgrade prices. If you want to go and pick that particular stateroom, we'll check if it's available for you. Just talk to the team right now on 1300 411 968 and we will get all of the details for you. What a lovely way to do it as well, actually. A really, really nice extended itinerary of Alaska as well. It's not a rushed itinerary. There's a nice pace about it. And of course, it's all about the views up there as well. What a marvellous opportunity. And it's a great price tag to do it too. Remember, you can always tailor our packages further. We've got 3 nights in Seattle there. If at the end of the cruise you'd say wanted to transfer up to Vancouver and do a bit of a Rocky Mountains experience while you're up there in Vancouver, you could absolutely do that, no problem. Maybe there's somewhere else you want to go on the way back to Australia. Not a problem. We can make all of that happen for you as well and book it with one package with us, and we'll make all the arrangements for you without an extra booking fee. So 1300 411 968 and lots more Alaskan adventures on our website, of course, at cruiseaway.com.au. So we are talking dream escapes in this CruiseAway show, and our final Dream Away package takes us to the pillars of antiquity, capitals of culture and a multitude of travel. You'll love this, from the swanky fashion capital Milan to ancient Greece and beyond. Now we're cruising with the one and only Royal Caribbean here, and on our 16 nights it starts on the 29th of August next year, and we fly first to Athens in Greece for a 2 nights hotel stay there. Do you know somewhere I still long to be? It's always nice to still have somewhere left on your bucket list.
Oh,
but I
yes.
think Athens is making its way to the top pretty quickly.
Oh my gosh, I love Athens so much, and Athens offers you, it's not what you expect, I think. When many times when we think about Greece and we think about the chilled out islands, they are gorgeous, but Athens is completely different pace, because it's vibrant, it's bustling, it's exciting, and of course you have got incredible ancient history dating back thousands of years. The amphitheatre, you've got the Acropolis, where you can take the best selfie in the world, by the way. Then it's time for us to cruise on board Voyager of the Seas for 7 nights as we head through the fantastic and enchanting islands of Greece. Now, this is a beautiful ship from Royal Caribbean's fleet, and one of the favourites as well. Tons of things to do, see and enjoy, including the iconic rock climbing wall, which you've got to do whilst you're on board. They've got the Flow Rider. You can learn to surf. Maybe you've always wanted to do it. Like me, you're a bit nervous. This is doing it in much more of a comforting environment with someone to talk you through it, an expert as well. Now, there's also great shows to enjoy on board. Royal Caribbean are known for their spectacular offerings in the theatre. Now, it's not just their featured cast, who are absolutely brilliant, world-class performers that you'll get to enjoy, but they also fly on specialty acts. It might be a juggler, it might be an a cappella singer, it might be a pianist, you know, someone different every night. Mini golf as well. They have a whole mini golf course, which you don't see on many ships. When it comes to relaxing though, the spa has got, you know, treatments that will rival some of the top spas in the world. I mean, you've got every treatment imaginable, from acupuncture through to tweakments. You can have your hair cut and coloured. You can have, you know, a full body scrub, a wrap, whatever you fancy whilst you're there, because it's your holiday and you deserve it. And then, of course, with dining, everything from fast-paced fast food through to your sit-down dining experience every night in the restaurant included. Then it's Mykonos. We're going to be heading into the beautiful whitewashed back streets against that blue Aegean gorgeousness, with some very cute shopping boutiques to explore and enjoy. And you've got to go to the windmill, of course, and take a picture there. Then we're on into Kusadasi. Now, this leads to the ancient city of Ephesus, but right there at the terminal, you've actually got, you know, a bazaar that would rival the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. It's really, really packed with great shopping opportunities. Santorini awaits us next with its beautiful downtown Tira. And if you miss the downtown, you're missing Santorini. You've got to enjoy that for the day and head up by cable car. There's a great little trip you can do up from the port by cable car. Pick up some of your favourite souvenirs. Then it's Messina and Sicily. Gorgeous. You might want to head to Mount Etna, and you can do a tour, of course, with the ship. They'll talk you through the options, or maybe Taormina, which is very charming, not too far away. We are next heading in to Naples. Now, this offers you so much. Of course, world's best pizza. In fact, you can go to the oldest pizzeria in the world in Naples. But Capri is not too far away. Holidaying destination of the rich and famous. You can head there by hovercraft, in fact. Then we're going to be disembarking in Rome, and we'll have 2 nights in Rome to enjoy the Eternal City. There's nothing quite like actually standing in front of the Colosseum, I have to say. If you've never done it before, you will just be, your jaw will hit the floor. It's funny, isn't it? Because you end up wandering around it, and you really do. When you get right into the centre and real down low, you feel like a tiny ant. Oh, yeah. Because it really is. It's gargantuan. Enormous. Yes, and the gelato in Rome, I mean, you might have heard about it, but I tell you what, nothing actually prepares you for how good it is. And all the different flavours there are. All the different flavours. What's your favourite? Well, I had one once called marron glacé, which was chestnut. Oh, chestnut. It was chestnut. Ooh. And it was lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Right, after 2 nights in Rome, more gelato awaits you in Milan. I don't know why I can't say it normally. Yeah. It just feels like you need to say it like that. And we've actually got you a scenic train journey in Prima class as well, actually. So a very, very nice, relaxed affair. Food and drink across that. I mean, because
actually riding through on the train through the Italian countryside is absolutely stunning and not too.
Oh, I love the
missed.
train journeys there. They're great.
Yeah.
And this is the financial and fashion capital of Italy. So expect beautiful squares, lovely enchanting little boat holes, wonderful restaurants and cafes over 3 nights. That's one of the grand sort of atrium areas, the grand, I can't remember what it's called. It's a wonderful little shopping district area with lots of glass. It's beautiful. Then after you've enjoyed your time in Milan, we're going to fly you back to Sydney, Australia. After this epic adventure, taking in Athens for a few days, heading through some of the best of Greece and Turkey, and then of course skipping over into Italy before you disembark in Rome. Enjoy some time in Rome. Then Milan with that lovely train journey, and finally we're flying you home.
And the big shopping centre is called Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. There you go.
That's why I didn't remember it.
Thank heavens for Dr. Google. Right, all the flights are included here. So that's Sydney to Athens and back from Milan. 2-night hotel stay in Athens, your 7-night Royal Caribbean cruise. 2-night hotel stay in Rome, your Prima Class train travel from Rome to Milan, and 3 nights in a hotel there. And a partridge in a pear tree. And all for one incredible price tag. Again, this is a real, it's almost like a backpacker's adventure, isn't it, this one? But you don't have to backpack at all. This is an all true style and luxury, all knitted together beautifully for you. But it's a real nice whistle-stop kind of tour of Europe. I love it. Here's the details to upgrade on the cruise element of this. Remember, we've included so much. We've sorted out so much of your travel, the stays there in Athens, Rome and Milan. It's brilliant. And of course, that 7-night cruise, which is lovely as well. You'll love places like Santorini. They are just beautiful, and you know, as the title says, Magic Mykonos, it absolutely is. Oh my word. And being in Rome, in the city centre of Rome, and just drinking it all in and just seeing how wonderfully fashionable and tidy and good looking everyone looks when you walk through Rome. It's just incredible. Italians are just effortless with their fashion, and then of course you end up spending some time in that fashion capital of Milan itself. I once went into Milan train station and they played classical music through the train station, and it really it sets the scene for the incredible architecture, the incredible feel. I mean, the atmosphere in these Italian cities is all very, very different and gorgeous. And because Italians are so passionate as well, just hearing them express themselves to each other, it's like, it takes you so to another world, doesn't it?
Well, maybe you've always dreamed of going to Italy, and I love the culture that we have in Australia, of course, so closely tied in with Italian culture, but it's lovely to actually go to Italy and experience it in a whole different way.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the food. We don't need to tell you how good the food is. But I mean, these offers really do, drum up some interesting scenarios, because there's so many on that last offer, so many different little trips in one trip. And we do it all for you. You don't have to do any of the planning, any of the thinking. All you need to do is contact us and put down that deposit, and then talk about the pay options as well, because there's something we can work out for you, no matter what your lifestyle, budget or situation is, and you get to enjoy that dream holiday.
And the thing is, we've got hundreds of those kind of experiences as well. You can just go and search away our Dream Away packages on our website at cruiseaway.com.au. But that, Joe, I'm afraid is all we have time for right now. Thank you for your company. See you back here soon.
Arrivederci.